Hey there, creative people. Ever had that awkward silence when a client asks about your rates? You know that moment. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and suddenly all your professional confidence seems to vanish. We've all been there, and today I'm going to completely transform how you handle these conversations. I'm sharing 7 proven negotiation scripts that have helped me close over $100,000 in design projects. These aren't just theoretical approaches. They're real, tested conversations that work in the real world. Think of these scripts as your professional conversation toolkit. Just like how we carefully choose our design tools for different projects, we need reliable communication tools for different client situations. After hundreds of client meetings and countless negotiations, I've refined these scripts to handle every possible pricing scenario you might encounter. Let's dive into script number 1. The budget discovery. This is absolutely crucial. It's the foundation for every pricing conversation you'll have. Here's exactly how to open the budget discussion. Pay close attention to every word because each one serves a specific purpose. Here's the script. Before we dive into the creative details, I'd love to understand your investment range for this project. This helps me tailor a solution that gives you the maximum value. Let me break this down into smaller pieces. Notice how we used investment range instead of budget. This isn't just clever wordplay. When you say budget, clients often think about costs and expenses. But when you say investment, you're subtly shifting their mindset toward returns and value. It's like the difference between asking someone how much they want to spend versus asking how much they want to invest in their future. Now, here's what typically happens. Clients often respond with uncertainty. They might say, "I'm not sure," or "I haven't thought about it." Don't worry, I've got you covered. Here's your follow-up script. I understand. To give you a better idea, similar projects typically range from X to Y, depending on the scope and requirements. Where do you feel comfortable within that range? This response is carefully crafted to do 3 important things. First, it normalizes their uncertainty. They're not alone in not having a specific number in mind. Second, it provides concrete numbers as anchors. This helps move the conversation from abstract to specific. Third, it puts the ball back in their court professionally, giving them control while keeping the discussion focused. Now, let's move to script number 2, the value proposition. This is your secret weapon when clients start showing signs of price hesitation. You know those subtle cues. The slight frown, the crossed arms, the "that's a bit more than we were thinking" comment. Here's your value proposition script. Notice how it builds progressively. I completely understand that this is a significant investment. Let me show you how this design work will directly impact your business goals. For example, my recent client saw a 40% increase in conversions after implementing similar design solutions. Let me explain why this script works so effectively. It follows a proven psychological pattern that helps clients see beyond the initial price concern. First, we acknowledge their concern. This shows empathy and prevents them from feeling dismissed. Then, we immediately pivot to concrete results. Using specific numbers like 40% increase is powerful because it's tangible and memorable. It's like showing before and after pictures in a design portfolio. People connect with real results. When clients still seem focused on the price rather than the value, here's your refined follow-up script. Think of this design investment as a business tool. Every element we create will work towards increasing your market presence and converting more customers. It's similar to how a retail store invests in their storefront. Great design attracts customers and builds trust before they even interact with your business. Let me highlight why this follow-up works so well. We're using a relatable comparison with physical retail stores, something most clients understand intuitively. By comparing design to a storefront, we're helping them see how design serves as their digital first impression. This shifts the conversation from seeing design as an expense to viewing it as a strategic business investment. Now let's explore script number 3, the price justification. This is essential when clients need to understand the components of your pricing. Here's your script for breaking down your value. Listen carefully. Let me walk you through exactly what's included in this investment. You're not just getting the final design files. This package includes in-depth market research, 3 rounds of revisions, responsive designs for all devices, and a complete brand guidelines document. Each element is carefully crafted to ensure your business stands out in your market. Let me explain why this breakdown is so powerful. We're not just listing features. We're painting a picture of comprehensive value. Each component we mention shows the depth of expertise and consideration that goes into the project. When clients ask for a price breakdown, here's your follow-up script. Think of it like building a house. Just as you need an architect, quality materials, and skilled craftsmen, great design requires expertise, time, and attention to detail. For example, the research phase alone involves studying your competitors, understanding your target audience, and identifying design trends that will work best for your industry. This house-building analogy is incredibly effective. Why? Because everyone understands that quality construction requires multiple specialists and premium materials. Let me break down why this script works so beautifully. First, we're using a tangible comparison that clients instantly understand. Second, we're highlighting the expertise factor. Just as you wouldn't hire an amateur to build your house, you shouldn't trust your brand to inexperienced designers. And here's the brilliant part. When you mention the research phase, you're showing clients that design isn't just about making things look pretty. It's about strategic thinking and business understanding. This transforms the conversation from discussing costs to exploring the investment in their business success. Now let's master script number 4, the scope definition. This is your ultimate shield against scope creep and project confusion. Here's your scope definition script. Pay close attention to every powerful word. Let's outline exactly what's included in this project. I'll create a detailed scope document that covers our deliverables, timeline, and revision process. This ensures we're completely aligned on expectations and helps us stay on track for your launch date. This script is your project's foundation. Think of it as drawing a clear map before starting a journey. Everyone needs to know where we're going. When clients start asking about adding extra features or revisions, here's your follow-up script. I understand you'd like to add extra social media templates to our project. Since this wasn't in our original scope, let me show you how we can adjust our agreement to include this while keeping your project's success our top priority. Now, let me show you why this approach is so powerful. First, we're not saying no to new requests. We're showing flexibility while protecting our professional boundaries. Here's the genius part of this script. By mentioning adjusting our agreement, we're subtly reminding clients that additional work means additional investment. But we're doing it in a way that feels helpful rather than confrontational. And there's more brilliance in this approach. Notice how we always tie everything back to the client's success. We're not just managing scope. We're ensuring their project stays focused and effective. Want to know what makes this script extra special? It creates a win-win situation. The client feels heard and supported, while you maintain professional boundaries and protect your time and expertise. It's like being a professional project pilot, keeping everything on course while handling changes smoothly. Now, let's dive into script number 5, the objection handler. This is your superhero shield when clients raise concerns about pricing. Here's your objection handling script. It's pure gold for those tricky pricing conversations. I appreciate you sharing that concern. Many clients initially feel this way until they see how the design impacts their business. For instance, one of my clients hesitated at first, but saw their online sales increase by 60% within 3 months of launching their new design. Would you like to hear more about how we achieved that? Let me show you the magic happening in this script. First, we're validating their concern. We're not dismissing it. Then we're sharing a powerful success story that transforms the conversation from price to possibility. When clients mention they found cheaper alternatives, here's your powerful follow-up script. I understand you can find lower prices elsewhere. However, let's look at what makes this investment different. My approach includes strategic brand positioning, user experience research, and conversion optimization, which directly addresses your specific challenges of standing out in your market. This isn't just about getting a design, it's about solving business problems. This response is absolutely brilliant. We're not competing on price. We're showcasing our unique value. Here's why this approach works like magic. Instead of defending our pricing, we're highlighting the transformation we provide. We're showing clients that they're not just buying pretty designs, they're investing in business growth. And here's the most powerful part. By mentioning specific business challenges, we show that we truly understand their needs. This isn't just about handling objections, it's about building trust and showing expertise. Remember this golden rule. Price objections often mask deeper concerns about value and results. By addressing these underlying concerns, we turn objections into opportunities. Let's explore script number 6, the payment terms discussion. This is your masterful way to make the money talk feel completely natural and professional. Here's your payment terms script. I want you to feel confident with every word. To make this investment work best for your business, I offer flexible payment options. We can start with a 50% deposit to secure your project slot, with the remaining balance split into 2 payments. This allows us to maintain project momentum while managing cash flow for both parties. Let me show you why this approach is absolutely brilliant. We're not just stating payment terms, we're showing how our payment structure benefits the client. This is about creating a win-win situation. When clients request different payment arrangements, here's your strategic follow-up script. I understand you're looking for different payment terms. Let me explain how our payment structure ensures you receive the highest quality work and attention throughout the project. What payment arrangement were you thinking about? This way, we can find a solution that works for everyone. Now, let's unpack the genius behind this response. First, we're showing flexibility while maintaining professional standards. We're opening a dialogue rather than giving a flat yes or no. Here's what makes this script extra powerful. By mentioning highest quality work and attention, we're reminding clients that payment terms are connected to project success. We're not just collecting money, we're establishing a professional partnership. And here's the masterful touch. By asking about their preferred arrangement, we're showing that we value their input. But we're doing it after establishing our professional standards. This is about more than just getting paid. It's about creating a professional foundation for your entire project relationship. Now it's time for our final and most powerful script. Script number 7, the confident close. This is where everything comes together for an amazing finish. Here's your closing script. This is where you shine with absolute confidence. Based on everything we've discussed, I believe the comprehensive design package will best help you achieve your goal of increasing market presence and customer engagement. Shall we move forward with the project timeline we discussed? This closing script is pure brilliance in action. Let me show you why it works so beautifully. Look at how we're connecting everything together. We're referencing their specific goals, our solution, and the next steps, all in one smooth movement. Here's your follow-up script when clients need a final push. As we discussed earlier, starting now means your new design will be ready for your upcoming market expansion. This timing aligns perfectly with your business goals. Now, let me share something super important. These scripts aren't meant to be robotic recitations. They're your professional frameworks. Make them your own, adapt them to your style, but keep their powerful structure. Remember this golden rule. Successful pricing discussions aren't just about memorizing words. They're about building confidence. These scripts give you that confidence because you know exactly how to guide every conversation professionally. And here's your final power tip. Practice these scripts until they feel natural. The more comfortable you are with them, the more effective they become. If you found these scripts helpful in transforming your client conversations, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more practical design business tips. Drop a comment below, letting me know which script you're most excited to try first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.